We have a pair of Geib black pearl chunkers, or texturizing shears depending on what you call them. As you can see here, they are not cutting nothing. They are clearly just folding there. Let's get to work on them. First thing we need to do is strip them down. A thumb screw, the studded washer, the spring washer, and remove the pivot knot. Inspect each part of the shears individually. There was a fair amount of fur between the blades, but the ride lines look good. As I don't know what these were cutting before being brought here, I'll give them a good clean with some alcohol. I'll give the wheel a bit of clean before I start this pair. Put red marker across the bevel, and then I can test it against the wheel. This will show me where the wheel will contact the blade, and I need to make sure it reaches to the edge. On with the sharpening, a few light passes along the bevel, making sure the red marker is all wiped off and that I can feel the faint burr sharpening leaves behind. So now I moved over to the 1000 grit whetstone. We are going to remove the burr that was left and a bit of sharpening of the ride line, trying to apply the pressure over the pivot point, but also stabilizing the rest of the blade. Load up the polishing wheel with some compound and get to work polishing the bevel. I go back to my whetstone. I do usually go to a 5000, but I didn't have it to hand. But the 1000 will do, it's still quite fine for scissor work. It polishes the ride line nicely. Onto the toothed side now, and although some people say, don't touch the tooth side, and some people say, do it just like normal, what I opted for was to run it through the polishing wheel, but not the grinding wheel. I still marked it up to make sure I'm hitting right to the edge. Once done, I can then move to the stone for burr removal and polishing the ride line. Make extra sure I get under the pivot point. There was some mark on the tooth side, I saw it before. I was contemplating trying to remove it, but it looked more like the paint had chipped or gone. Lovely jubbly. Just before I put them all back together, I gave the cutter blade a little bend. As they were so badly folding here, it couldn't hurt to have them blades closer. Reassemble them. Square peg in the round hole. Blade over the top. Spring washer, studded washer, and thumb screw. Tighten up and check the tension, add some oil to the pivot and check again. Now back to Elmar's hair for the test, working great. As I have a professional dog groomer to hand, we also test the scissors on a real dog, and I get the all clear from Stacey. As I just tested on a dog, I give them yet another clean with some barbicide. And they are all ready for the customer.